What's going on, everybody? It's Kratos3153 back with more Sacred Siege content. Let's get right back into the unit review. Last time we left off with Cecilia, and I'm pretty positive I actually did the first half, if I'm not mistaken, of characters. So let's get to the second half and finish off this unit review, shall we? So we're going to start off today, or this episode, with Shadow. Shadow is a very good, he's a solid replacement. He's kind of good. I mean, his stats are pretty decent, pretty spread out. His growths are pretty good. He comes with lethality, which has a chance to instantly kill an opponent. So I don't know what the cap is for summoners, but that's a kind of decent chance to just instantly unalive your opponent. So I think for Shadow, he's pretty decent. He's a little below Elfried in my opinion when it comes to being a summoner. Of the summoner trio, I'm going to finish him off with a 3 out of 5 stars because of this. He's pretty good though, so I would definitely invest into him. So yeah, there's Shadow. Now we move on to the first thief we get during this game. The only starting thief I do believe we get, and that is Layla. This build was actually intended to go the assassin route, due to the fact of Layla's high skilled growth at 90% skill. But I always go rogue with Layla because it just seems to work out a lot better for me. A little bit of an odd choice to do Kestrel Stance, plus 4 attack and speed, 1 under attack. But, I mean, other than that, Layla is a very good unit. She has been a very consistent dodge tank. I mean, look at that, 62 avoid. 62 avoid, so all in all, I think Layla is definitely a very solid unit. 4 out of 5 stars. Early thief utility. Very good whenever you put the time into training her up, and yeah, this is a very solid unit. Then we're going to go into probably one of the quickest units I'm going to do here. We're going to do Kiara. Kiara is the Manakete, replaces Myrrh. Manaketes are just genuinely good in whatever game they're in. She has Amaterasu, which gives her pretty good utility, as she heals allies within 2 tiles for 20% HP. Stack that with Parvati's Renewal, and Parvati can heal 50% HP every turn. But yeah, Manaketes are only as good as long as her Dragonstone lasts. So for that reason, I'll give her 3 out of 5 stars, because she will be good as long as you keep her Dragonstone good. But there are other units that stay good for longer. She's only good for the 50 uses that she has, so try to conserve it if you want to use her for the final map, or just use it all at once and then venture for the rest of the game. Honestly, it's up to you. But Manakete unit, 3 out of 5 stars. They're not good for the long run. It's actually a blessing she joins in a very late chapter. Then we're going to move on to this I consider to be one of the top units of the game. Like, I know I said this about Fern, that he was actually the best unit in the game. And for a cav unit, he is. But if I didn't have Fern as an option, I would say this is the best unit in the game. Okay, starting off, Axe Fair. Axes already do crazy damage. So Axe Fair just makes that even worse. On top of that, and I'm going to ask Flash to change this actually after I finish making this video. The leadership stars, as opposed to only adding 1% to hit and avoid, as you can see that it grants plus 5 hit and plus 3 avoid to all ally units per star. That means Vixie here, from off the bat, gains a plus 15% hit to a weapon that is powerful, but is notoriously bad for its hit values. So already, that makes Vixie busted from the get-go. I give her 5 out of 5 stars, because she is absolutely one of the best units of this run, and heck, even if leadership stars are cut down to plus 1 hit, plus 1 avoid. I still think, just with Axe Fair alone, Vixie is one of the best units of the game that you can train up easily. I know it was super easy for me to train her up during this entire thing, and during my last Iron Man at that. I mean, it was super easy for her to get levels and to just be good. So yeah, Vixie, 5 out of 5 stars. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Moving on. Then we come to a unit that I've had my mind changed about due to a certain skill, and that is Jill. When I started off, I thought Jill was one of the worst units ever. She's a Pegasus Knight. I don't use Pegasus Knight. I think Pegasus Knights are frail. I think Pegasus Knights are useless. Jill changed my mind whenever Flash gave her the personal skill Trample, which gives +5 damage to unmounted units. That suddenly made her from being a very, very poor unit to all of a sudden she's one-rounding multiple enemies. Which, in my experience, a Pegasus Knight shouldn't be able to do. And yet here we have Jill, who's just doing it. I give Jill 5 out of 5 stars for that reason. Best Pegasus Knight I've ever used. Scratch that. I've used a couple Pegasus Knights that are better, but Jill is still on the top of the list for being one of the greatest Pegasus Knights ever. 5 out of 5 stars. Easy. Flash, you are a godsend for this unit. Oh, and here comes the unit that I was dreading to talk about, Angela. Okay, to be real, to be fair, I do think she has some potential to be good in certain scenarios. She can use ballistas. So if you ever get access to a ballista and you have Angela with you, you can put her in a ballista and she'll do fine. The problem is that 45% strength growth. She doesn't level strength. And that is my one beef with her, is because she didn't level strength, but yet she leveled defense just fine, and she has a 40% defense growth and a 45% strength growth. I'm sorry, but strength to me is one of the pinnacle point-for-point stat values that you can get. Speed is at the top, obviously, because it gives you offense and defense with hit and avoid, with doubling and avoidance. But if you don't have strength, you're not going to do anything. And in my knowledge, bow users don't have really a way to deal with armored users. I give Angela 2 out of 5 stars. I think you could possibly use her. She doubles very easily thanks to Darting Blow. But really, I don't think she does that great. 2 out of 5 star unit. I'm sorry, that's how it is. I know people want me to use her. I'm going to quote Mangs. Archers are bad. Period. Unless you're Penny. Next we come down to the Arbor Knight that I've been trying to train but have not had much luck with, and that is Blair. I'm going to be real with you guys, and I'm going to look at this unit at base value and say that this unit could easily become a 4-star, 2 5-star unit. I'm going to put her at 4 stars. Because she has great defense, she has great HP, she has great skill and strength. But everything else is just so lackluster, and even her personal skill has not done much for me. But I know it could, because Lances weigh quite a bit. As you can see, Steel Lance, 13%, so it adds 13 to her crit chance. But it doesn't seem to help. As much as I want to try to believe that Armor Knights can be good, and there are some generals that I do actually like, I just can't, for whatever reason, efficiently train an Armor Knight, and I don't know if it's me, or if it's the fact that Armor Knights are just so low on the list. Because of this, I'm going to give this unit 4 out of 5 stars. I see a lot of potential in her, but it's just not there. Flash has told me he does plan to make Blair a Cavalier for the next go-around, so perhaps this rating will change whenever I go into that, but yeah. 4 out of 5 stars on potential alone. I definitely see someone could use her, especially if you love Arbor Knights. Moving on, we come to the Ducell replacement, Roania. There it is. There's my pronunciation of it. Roania. I can't even pronounce my own OC's name. This is stupid. Anyways, Roania. Yeah, no, she's not going to break the game, unfortunately. I didn't realize how bad Ducell's basis was with his level until I looked at this unit. And I realized why so many people, like, I don't see anyone using Ducell. And this is why. Because these skills are so lackluster. Like, okay, here's her skills. Here's her stats. Not skills, stats. At level 8. Now take a look at Cecilia. already immensely better, and she's only a level 4 Berserker. I mean, even Vixie. Vixie's a level 4 Berserker, and she has better stats than the both of them. Rhynia just got put with a very bad unit. I honestly could have put someone else in Ducel's place with his bases as an under-promoted class, and we would have had a lot better luck. So, unfortunately, I'm going to give Rhynia 1 out of 5 stars. Berserker should be a lot better than this, and unfortunately, she's not. And I gave her Assassinate with the hope that as a Berserker she would get more speed, but she didn't get more speed. She only has a 50% speed growth. Her speed is 13. This is a pretty bad unit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Try to use her if you can, if you want to, but there are so many better units you can invest into. Really disappointed. Just as disappointed as I am with this meme unit. And I call her a meme unit because she looks just like a meme unit. This is Haku, and I'm giving her 1 out of 5 stars. Here's the reason why. Yeah, her growths are okay. The problem is that I relied so much, because this was a towerless run, on using Arena. And because she is a monster, she cannot go into the arena. She cannot grind in the arena. I have to rely on skirmishes and volley in order to make anything of her. And unfortunately, I've been barred from that due to this challenge. Yeah, sure, Swordbreaker will help you deal with pesky sword units. Like, maybe some Cavaliers and a couple of Mercenaries and Swordmasters. Other than that, Haku is just kind of useless. It doesn't help that she inherited Ross's bases either. Like, if she would have gotten just a little more bases, instead of inheriting Ross's bases, she probably would have been something. Unfortunately, this is a 1 out of 5 star unit. Sorry about that. We come down now to Tai. This is a Seth replacement. And as I do every time I get a Seth replacement, I immediately put him on the bench. But with most Seth bases, and the fact he comes with the Brave Bow, I would say this unit is 4 out of 5 stars. I'm gonna be blunt with that. However, this is the last time you will be seeing him, because literally I made this unit with the hopes that it would be memorable. That at the time I made this unit, I was big into Digimon. I still am a very passionate guy about Digimon. But he's kind of very forgettable. Like, they're gonna be like, Tai, who's that? Well, he's kind of a worse Seth, because I made him that way. Don't worry, we're going to get a much more recognizable unit in his place with a different set of stack growths and different everything, but this is Tai, as Seth is. 4 out of 5 star unit, because he is a Seth. But I guess I'm being most known as the guy who benches his Jagans. 4 out of 5 star unit, because most people find Jagans, such as Seth, to be great. I just personally put him on the bench. Like, personal rating, 2 out of 5 stars. And the reason I give him 2 instead of 1 is because of bargain. So he's great for the shops. I don't even need the silver card. But, yeah. Just not a lot of use for this guy. Next we come to Holly. Holly is a very interesting unit to me. I'm going to give her 3 out of 5 stars because I didn't invest a lot into her. This Mercy skill especially, I guess she was meant to set up kills for other units, but with growth like this, she's not going to really set up anything. If anything, she's going to be a physical wall, and better used as a physical wall, instead of anything else. Unfortunately, that's where it stands. So, I give Holly 3 out of 5 stars. I might try to use her in the next run I do, but that's just where it lies. I'm not good with Armonites, guys. I'm just not. Next, we come to the Dosler replacement, which is Peaches. And, yeah, these are absolutely trash bases for a warrior. Yeah, 47 HP. Dosler had massive HP. So does Peaches. But everything else sucks. Her growths are fine. I think her growths are actually really good. But you're not going to kill anything that late in the game with a warrior who only has 8 speed. 2 out of 5 star unit. She can be usable. Use her if you don't have much units left. I actually think Sturdy Stance is a very good skill, but it doesn't really help. 2 out of 5 star unit. Next we come to the Renak replacement, which is Link. Link is okay. He has a pretty trash base strength, but he's the Renak replacement. He does have an 80% strength growth. I wish I had invested into that a little bit more. And I mean, he consistently doubled, but the problem that I had is that he came with the light brand, and I guess that's where my mistake was, because I guess I should have had him come with something else in the light brand. Because light brand is magic based and he has 0 magic. He does come with Night Aspirant, which is pretty good, but I mean still. I give this unit 3 out of 5 stars. He's been able to double, he's been able to survive, he's been able to deal damage. Just not as good as some of my other units have. He has a good amount of skill though, 24 skill, so I'll give him that. We're running down to the end now, the last 2 units in. Well, 1 out of 5 stars. If I could give him 0, I could. The reason being, he comes in on a desert map. Armor Knights have trash move as it is anyways. And he came in on a desert map. Sure, 15 strength. I'm not gonna knock it. 10 skill. Okay? You only have 9 defense. And 6 res. At level 10. Yeah, you've got quick draw. So you get 4 damage when you initiate battle. So what? He's pretty useless. Considering all the other trained up units you get in this game, only train this guy up if you absolutely have to. Like, go to volley, go to skirmishes, take him in there, train him up, see if he's any good. I give him 1 out of 5 stars, and I would give him none if I could. It's just how the cookie crumbles. And our final unit, joining us in Chapter 17, is Emily. And honestly, looking at her stats, she's actually pretty solid. Yeah, the 5% res growth is kind of bad, but she has 11 res to start off. She has Slayer as a skill. I honestly give Emily 4 out of 5 stars. Because this actually looks like a really good unit. I think she could be really something in the end. So yeah, that's how we ended off. A 4 out of 5 star hero. Just like the other 2. And that's all the units of Fire Emblem Sacred Siege ranked and commented on. Ty will not be here any longer after the next update. Blair may have her class changed. There could be a lot of things changed during the next update. I promise you guys I will get back to this whenever I can. And as a matter of fact, I'm actually coming outside right now to get groceries in the house. I've still got a bunch of work on my plate. So I've still got a lot of things to do. But when I do get the time, when I do get freed up, I promise you guys, there will be more Sacred Siege content. We will finish this normal Towerless Iron Man, and if I can complete it without losing it, this will be the first ever Iron Man I've completed. I mean, kind of a shallow victory because it's normal on Sacred Stones. Regardless, this is where we're ending it off. I hope you enjoyed. As I said before, if you have your personal comments on these units, anything you want to add, anything you want to talk about, post it in the comments below. This is Krydos3153 signing off. Stay tuned for more Sacred Siege content. Bye!